Hello, welcome to our radio program 92.7. I hope are having a wonderful day. My name is Ana Pereira, and today we will be talking about a very interesting country that is Australia. My colleagues in this program will talk to you about the history of this country, festivities, and why they should visit this country, among other information. Did you know that Australia is the largest island in the world? Many people didn't know this important fact. It is also the sixth largest country in the world. Australia has been planned for the near future to improve the lives of its inhabitants and its wildlife. That show the true interest that the country has to be better every day. It is a country which has a very beautiful ecosystem, very interesting animals, um, among others. It is also important to mention that its climate is warm, and if you visit Australia, you will enjoy a beautiful landscape and its animals. That is why we invite you to continue listening to this program.
Hi, my name is Maria Susana Morales Cedillo, and today in this radio program, I'm going to talk to you about a little bit of the history of Australia. First of all, humans arrived in Australia about 3,000 million years ago. These people were known as Aboriginals, and in the 18th century, the Aboriginal population was about 3,000 million people. Aboriginal Australians were cultivating and irrigating farming areas, establishing fisheries, and building permanent homes. Europe colonized Australia in 1770 by James Cook, who was a captain of the HMV Endeavour. If James Cook hadn't colonized the eastern port of Australia for the British Crown, it wouldn't establish a penal colony in New South Wales by the First Fleet, and the British government carried convicts to Australia to get rid of the criminals, and if they hadn't arrived to Australia, they wouldn't be laborers for the new colonies. All these convicts who escaped during the colonization were known as busrangers, and then Australia went to the gold rush in the mid 1800. And another important fact is that the Australian soldiers participated during the First World War. In 1913, the brave soldiers would be prepared for the battle far from home by the 1914, and then during the Second World War, the Australian forces made a big and important contribution to the Allied victory.
Hello, my name is Andrea Aguilera and I'm going to talk to you about the Anzac Day. This celebration remembers the anniversary of the war that has left more deaths for Australian and New Zealand militants, which was the First World War. ANZAC is an acronym that means Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. This is one of the most important war commemorations in both territories, being holidays in Australia and New Zealand respectively. In the traditions today, the marches are televised from each state capital. Currently, in addition to the ceremonies held in the two countries, thousands of Australians and New Zealanders travel to the beach on the Gallipoli Peninsula in Turkey with the aim of paying tribute to those who defended their countries. The tradition began in 1990 when, to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the landing of the troops, a group made of government officials, the military, and the last remaining veterans came from both countries performing a ceremony in Gallipoli. The last veteran of the Battle of Gallipoli was an Australian, Private Alec Campbell from Tasmania, who died in May 2002. In addition, a chant is made so that the soldiers can rest in peace.
Hi, in this section of festivities, Australia has a lot, but one in special is the Australian Wooden Bowl Festival. Every 2 years, this festival takes place in the entire world front of the capital city Canberra. The ancient settlers would not be imagined that sports now are so important in this. culture of Australia. This festival started in the 1994 by some friends, Kathy Hawkins, Ian Johnson, and Andy Feldman, who wants to have fun or do something good for the community and remember their culture, the maritime heritage, and their long story of building wooden boats in Tasmania. And if you or your family travel to Australia, you may go to this festival absolutely. And if I were you, I might have needed visited this festival if I were visiting Australia, definitely.
Besides everything we talked before, Australia is a great place to visit in every time of the year. It's an awesome country with a lot of natural diversity, and nice weather, and full of activities to do. The people are kind and very funny. In the next summer, there are going to be done many funny activities, surfing and maybe snorkel if you want to. If you love animals, Australia is a country that you definitely can't miss because it's the natural habitat of a lot of species, as kangaroos, koalas, wombats, and even more. You could drive for roads that would absolutely leave you breathless, as the famous Great Ocean Road. You'll see beautiful views and many animals, and an awesome ocean view. If you were Australian, be sure that you might have lived your entire life in the best country in the world. And finally, if you don't know where are going to be your next vacations, I'm sure that Australia is the best decision for you. You won't regret it. And well, that's all for today, friends. By the next episode, another beautiful country will have been shown for you. Have an amazing weekend and see you later.